the people.
I think I would prefer to be called the wife of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
I do not have anything against our president. I think he's one of the greatest Nigerians that ever lived. And I think that's just it.
The issue.
The African students trapped in Ukraine, they've been barred from crossing borders to neighboring countries.
The political scene is open to interpretation, a path to possible choices. But where are we headed in this political corridor?
Nigeria suffers from a state of economic radiculopathy, social sciatica, and political dystopia.
Open these doors on Power Corridor with Bola Oba every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. to discuss political trends as they happen.
Law FM 103.9.
Power Corridor on Law FM 103.9.
Today is Monday, the 12th day of September 2022. Monday, 12092022. Welcome to Power Corridor on Law FM 103.9. Power Corridor is a non-partisan radio platform for discussions aimed at giving clarity and balance to issues with the view to setting the right agenda for positive societal change. To join the conversation live or catch up on previous episodes, follow, listen, and watch the live stream on Facebook, www.facebook.com/Law FM Radio. Instagram is at Law FM Radio. Twitter handle is at Law FM_radio. You can listen live on our website from anywhere in the world at www.lawfmng.com. The studio numbers, you can save these numbers now because you will need them to engage the guest when the lines are open. The studio numbers are 070-322-77338, 070-322-77338, and 090-9555-1039. You can either call, send WhatsApp, and text messages through the lines. My name once again is Bola Oba. My social media platforms are facebook.com/bola.oba, facebook.com/bola.oba. Instagram page is at Gbola Oba. Twitter handle is at Bola Oba. Our Nigerian proverb for today: whoever is patient with a cowrie will one day have thousands of them. It's an Hausa proverb. Whoever is patient with a cowrie will one day have thousands of them. The summary of the major news headlines today: Queen Elizabeth, Britain created lopsidedness in Nigeria. Amechi, oh, I got you there. It's not Rotimi Amechi. Chief Mbazuluke Amechi was the first Republic Minister of Aviation. He spoke so nicely about the Queen and the laws to United Kingdom and the Commonwealth, but he is of the opinion that the lopsidedness in the political configuration of Nigeria was actually caused by United Kingdom. What's your headache? Kayamo questions critics questioning Tinubu's family's origin. Quote unquote, what's your headache? Kayamo questions critics questioning Tinubu's family's origin. At this juncture, we go for a short commercial break, and when we are back, we do it as we usually do it. The literary introduction before we formally introduce our advertised guest for today. See you after the break.
When you listen to this station, you learn about your rights. You discover the law in ways you never imagined. You know why? Because we broadcast in your interest.
It's a problem that we are all experiencing in the country. Different parts of the country, the same thing is happening. So what do we call on to? Who do we hold responsible?
We impact knowledge.
If the grid is unable to shed the load that it ought to, it could also result in the collapse of the national grid.
Call it what you may, but we are here to stay. The law was never biased, so why should it be now? To every individual, we are Law FM 103.9.
There are no internal electricity boards.
The wait is over.
Now, on Women's Web.
But I'm actually an entertainment lawyer. I've been working in Nigeria now for almost 6 years, growing my practice.
On Women's Web.
I got an email from somebody I'd never met before.
On Women's Web.
Over here. I pretend to kids, so yes.
It is easy for women to get lost in a sea of historic rhetoric, swimming against the current. Women have had to speak louder to get their voices heard. They've had to create a room of their own. On Women's Web, we open the doors and peer inside with women who have found a room and encourage others to do the same. Join Daniela on Law FM 103.9 every Tuesday and Thursday at 10 to 10:30 a.m. as we bring Women Matters alive.
Exclusive. You are listening to Law FM 103.9,
where the beat never stops.
Power Corridor on Law FM 103.9.
Welcome back to Power Corridor on Law FM 103.9. We are live, connected to the guest, but before we formally introduce the guest, and that most of you don't know about him already because of the e-flyer and the advertisement of the schedule, but you want to save the live studio numbers at this juncture if you want to call in when the lines are opened. 070 322 77338 070 322 77338 and 090 9555 1039 090 9555 1039. We do a brief historical contextualization of the relevance of the person we're bringing on, and let me just briefly do this before I formally introduce my guest today. Chief Oshodi Landuji Takpa Saika 1800 to 1868 was Oba Kosoko's war captain and one of the most powerful chiefs in the Oba of Lagos's court. Oshodi Takpa is reported to have been a slave from the Nupe kingdom at Bida who was indentured to Oba Oshimokun. Oshodi family accounts note that when Takpa was a little boy about to be loaded onto a Portuguese ship bound for the Americas, He escaped and sought refuge in Oba Shilokun's palace. The name Takpa is a reference to the Nukwe people. Through his many talents, leadership, and strength of personality, Oshodi Takpa rose to become a trading agent for Oba Shiloku. He and another slave, Dada Antonio, were sent by Oba Shiloku to Brazil to learn Portuguese, acquire the necessary commercial and cultural knowledge to conduct trade on behalf of the Oba and to collect duties from Portuguese slave traders. After serving Oshiloku, Oshodi Takpa became a key advisor and military chief of Oba Kosoko. Oshodi Takpa was with Kosoko Atepe when he fled Lagos following his feuds with Eletu Odibo. Oshodi Takpa managed the 3-week-long Ogun Olomiro saltwater war assault by the Kosoko faction in July 1845 on Oba Akintoye's palace, resulting in Akintoye fleeing to Abeokuta. Takpa played a diplomatic role by granting Akintoye a safe passage through the Agboyi Creek. In explaining Akintoye's escape to Kosoko, Takpa noted that Akintoye put his pursuers into a trance. Oshodi Takpa participated in the last-minute November 1851 diplomatic effort that the British attempted before bombarding Lagos. Takpa reportedly relayed Kosoko's rejection of British friendship to the visiting party of Consul John Beecroft, Commander Wilmot, Commander Gardner, and Lieutenant Petty. Oshodi Takpa played a significant role in putting up a spirited defense to the British invasion of Lagos in November and December 1851. After the British defeated Kosoko, Oshodi Takpa fled with Kosoko to Ekpe, where he remained a Kosoko ally. Oshodi Takpa played an instrumental role in negotiations for the signing of the Treaty of Ekpe on September 28, 1854, between Kosoko and Consul Benjamin Campbell. Takpa returned to Lagos along with Kosoko in 1862. He settled in Ekpetedo area, close to the Oba's palace. He was given the traditional title of Oloja of Ereko, and during this period became allied with Governor John Orley Glover, who appreciated Takpa's skills, contacts, and political experience and leveraged his relationship with Takpa to his advantage as governor of Lagos. Glover reportedly consulted Oshodi Takpa before implementing any new public projects, and he eventually became an emissary of Glover's government. Lastly, Takpa also leveraged his vast experience as a trader during his earlier years serving Oba Oshiloku in the colonial Lagos. The German firm of Oswald conducted all its businesses in Lagos through Takpa. He successfully transitioned from human trafficking, slave trading, to expanding into producing palm oil, cotton, and ivory using slave labor. Oshodi Takpa died in 1868, and a monument was erected outside his compound in Ekpetedo. My guest today is a son of the Oshodi Takpa family of Lagos. Lives in the diaspora, quite a vociferous voice to many. Some call him the socio-cultural conscience of Lagos in the diaspora. Some see him as the stormy petrol in the diaspora. Abisoye Oshodi, welcome to Power Corridor.
Thank you very much, sir. I'm highly honored.
You are honored. The honor is all ours. And indeed, many of our avid listeners, once we sent out the e-flyer advertising the session today, We got calls from as far as North America to Europe, continental Europe, apart from the British Isle where you live, and there must be something about the fact that you regularly post visuals out there lambasting whoever falls into your line of lambast. How and what instructs? Is there any rational philosophy behind your vituperations, your video vituperations? Any reason? Is there any central philosophy to it?
Of course, there is. And first and foremost, the reason why I had to choose the media in order to communicate with people, if not the whole of Nigeria, but for Lagos in particular, is because of the marginalization of the people in Lagos. And when I say the people in Lagos, not just the Lagosians, I mean the generality of everybody that lives inside of Lagos, either by business or by visiting of any sort. Because if one step is switched into Lagos, you automatically become a Lagosian. Not by parts.
Okay, because one of the questions I was actually planning to ask you is the seeming inconsistency between your ancestry, because your progenitor in Lagos was brought into Lagos as a slave, but he was the personification of meritocracy because he rose from becoming a slave to becoming not only a chief but a chief of substance and a captain and a military captain. So I'm sitting here thinking sometimes when you say I wonder who to you is the Lagosian. But just for the benefit of you, just reiterating the point you made last, is it somebody born to an Aboriginal family? They say because the Takpa family, the Takpa family has spent about 200 years plus in Lagos, or is it anybody born in Lagos or who came to Lagos and who is adding value to the quality of life of Lagosians? Who to you is the Lagosian?
Thank you very much for that question. And I think it's high time we clarify and differentiate among who is a slave or who was a slave before the creation of Lagos and even beyond that. Firstly, let me clear the part of my ancestor, Oshodi, Takpa of Lagos, being a slave. Oshodi was never taken as a slave. He ran from the then Niger State, Nupe, to Lagos. He was not a slave that was sold into Lagos. He sought refuge in Lagos. He was not sold as a slave. He ran onto a ship that was sailing out of Nupe that transited in Lagos, and he escaped. So he was never bought as a slave, and he was never subdued as a slave. He sought refuge under the then Elepo of Eko, the Oba Eslopo, as a 6-year-old boy. So there was no any form of monetary transaction as a debt to them also they as a slave. But it was said because the Elekos and the like of Madam Tinubu and the then Oloja Kusoko were slave traders. So Oshodi was trained as a merchant that also helped in the transaction of slavery. So that's on that side. And to whom is a Lagosian? Remember before the abolishment of slavery, when Lagos was a colony, the treaty then stated that anybody that steps his or her feet onto the British territory in Lagos under the colony becomes a free person. And that was the creation of Lagos State.
Well, the head of before the creation, Lagos State was created in 1967.
1967.
Decision was in 1861.
Hold on, before then, remember that there was a bombardment in 1851.
1851, yes.
Which would led the war
against the British. Because it was on the side of Kosoko.
Before then, remember, he was Eko, not Lagos. And Eko consists of Lagos Islands and part of Ikoyi, Victoria Island and part of Apapa. So there was no Oshodi, there was no Isolo, there was no Bariga, there was no Ketu.
They were, but they were largely
they were not under Lagos.
They were not under the Lagos colony.
Yes.
But their worries had always settled there.
Yeah, they have always settled, but remember they have a territory. There was a boundary.
Yes.
Remember Onibongo, the likes of Maryland. Those are Awori land. Even up to National Stadium in Surulere.
Alaka.
Those were never part of Eko.
Oh yes.
And they were never part of Lagos State because Lagos State was not created then. So our Eko, that is why you hear me say our Omo Eko. I never use the word Lagosian. Our Omo Eko is an
okay, let's because radio the limitation of time is one major challenge one faces when you are radio.
Have I clarified the true
your listeners and your followers and those who are listening, when they start calling in, will let you know whether they are satisfied with it. I'm not playing the judge here. I'm just engaging.
You know, there's Omo and there is Lagosian.
Okay, that's settled the way you put it. What then instructs from the time of the pandemic? I likely got to know about you from the time of the pandemic because subsequent to the invasion of the Elekos Palace, you started releasing some very, very vitriolic, very, very critical video materials. What instructed the sudden burst out and the loud antagonism of not only the Oba of Lagos but some prominent Lagosians, you playing the classical iconoclast? What instructed it? Hello? Hello? Hello, Abisoye.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Thank you very much for that question. And you see, during the pandemic, we had the greatest of the greatest protest in Lagos, which was the 20th of October, 2020. And it wasn't just at Lekki toll gates that the protest was going on. It was going on at least virtually every part of Lagos. But the most important one that is more pronounced is the one of Lekki toll gates. there was a protest in Salifo as well. 2 people were killed. But before that, I had made a video and also an audio sending message to Oba Akiolu through his daughter, which I'm not going to be able to mention her name, but the video that I sent to her was not sent to the Oba's palace. And I can brief you, I can hint you a little bit of what the video contains.
What did it contain?
I said, sir?
I said, what did it contain?
I said, please tell Kabiyesi to come out openly or even by making a 5-minute video assuring the people of Lagos that as a traditional head in Lagos, that he will volunteer himself to be the spokesperson for the people of Lagos to talk to the government of what their pains were as at that time. That if it should come out, I believe Lagosians, Nigerians are reasonable people. If they get someone to talk to them, it will ease their mind. And I can go on. It was about 10-minute video as well, but that wasn't sent to Oba of Lagos. I sent similar video to the office of Oba Oniru, the new elected Oba Oniru then, because it was just 3 months after his own coronation. They ignored. Yes, they ignored. And after 2 hours, when I sent out video, the shooting started. 2 people were killed in Isaleko. They were not my family. None of them were my family members. But the video was sent to me. And I called again. I said, can I talk to Kabiyesi? That this cannot be happening in his own environment. They ignored as well.
That was why you went combustible.
Yeah, I was praying.
And you were shooting from the hips, abusing just about anybody.
No, it wasn't just about anybody. As I said, it was all about the heads.
The traditional head.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, what then made it to digress into the partisan political sphere? Then the governor of Lagos came
now people see, you know what, as again, people now see me as someone that they can relate with in terms of the atrocities and all what is going wrong in Lagos. So people sorted for me, they contacted me, and they were giving me all sorts of things which I took upon myself to verify. And I found out that most of them were true. So I seized the opportunity of social media to dish out my message to them, because that is the easiest way.
So the governor of Lagos also came in the direction of your land-based. Bola Ahmed Tinubu came in the direction of your language, of your land-based, and many of the leaders of the party, the ruling party.
The guy. No. It was most of them were cronies of the ruling party. For example, the GAC members.
Governors Advisory Council.
And the head of them, my very great father, Chief Chieftain Olusi, I mentioned his name. My very good father as well. And so on.
Some claim that with all those antagonisms and criticisms and lambasts and abuses were actually instructed by the political opposition in Lagos, who could not make any headway, and they were surreptitiously using you. What would you say to that?
That is a lie, and such did never happen. I have never had any affiliation with any political opposition.
Is it true? Is it true that they say you can't come to Lagos? You can't get into Lagos?
I was in Lagos on the 26th of July till the 3rd of August. I had a video. My video is on YouTube.
You flew into Lagos, Abi?
Yes, direct. I'm Omeko. I am Omeko before being a Lagosian.
Okay.
I'm a Yoruba.
At this juncture, we are at the dead middle of the hour. It's 5:30, and it's about time I encouraged the listeners who may have one or two questions for you to start calling in. The numbers to call are 070-322-77338. I repeat, 070-322-77338 or 090-9555-1039. 090-9555-1039. The calls are rushing in. Take that one. Caller, welcome to the program. Your name and where you're calling from, and please tune down the volume. Okay, that line called. Another one, please. Yes. Good evening, caller. Your name and where you're calling from. Okay. I hope the lines are good. I hope Abisoye, hello?
I'm here.
Okay. Some have opined that, oh yes, he came to Lagos, and when he returned to London, England, he suddenly did a volte-face, a turnaround that the guy who used to lambast Bola Ahmed Tinubu suddenly now started abusing those who were against Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and you are now functioning with the philosophy of that because Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that you had once condemned not to be a bona fide like you, suddenly now is having a shot at the presidency. He becomes, you believe that you ought to campaign for him, and you even lambasted a 90-something-year-old elder statesman who believes that out of fairness and equity, it's about time the people from the southeast of Nigeria had the shot at the presidency. How would you respond to that, Abisoye?
Thank you very much again. Let me take it from the last question, that the 93-year-old man that is talking about equity and fairness, that is in the name of Ayo Adebanjo.
You mentioned the name yourself. I didn't.
Yes, of course, because the name is already out there.
Oh yes.
In my video, the one that is circulating.
Okay.
That is presumed that I suddenly made a U-turn. Firstly, when Bola Ahmed Tinubu came, or when he surfaced as governorship aspirant in Lagos, then as of 1998, they conducted a primary election between him and Funsho Williams. I can categorically say to you on air, and I stand to be corrected by anyone, that Funsho Williams won the primary ticket of the then party chaired by Ayo Adebanjo, and Baba Ganiu Daudu, then of blessed memory, Ganiu Olawale Daudu, was the state chairman of the party. And when
Alliance for Democracy then, AD.
No, I don't think it was the Alliance. I can't remember.
It was Alliance for Democracy, AD.
So they were to announce the winner then I think if Amadosa was still alive, Bola Ige was alive then, and they had this Afenifere and the ADR as well, which is the extraction of Afenifere. That is the faction of Bola Tinubu. Before, I think it was way before then. So, to cut the long story short, they revealed that they removed Funsho Williams' name, and Pa Ayo Adebanjo, of 93 years old now, removed Funsho Williams' name and replaced it with Bola Tinubu.
That's what you believe?
No, the records are there.
The records
are there, and it's still in the archive, which I'm bringing out.
The records that I have and that I know was that Funsho Williams claimed he won, but the electoral officers said it was dusted by the then Bola Ahmed candidate Bola Ahmed.
I have a video, a 10-minute video that is on YouTube that I did not share with anyone, but posted it on YouTube. You can go there. I have narrated the story.
Let me quickly do this, please. A number of you have been trying to call in. Unfortunately, the line is a bit cantankerous, but you can send WhatsApp messages on the same lines. You can send SMS messages, and you can engage with us on Twitter. On Instagram at Law FM Radio, on Twitter at Law FM_radio, and on Facebook too, where you can indeed watch this live and listen to it live. Facebook.com/Law FM Radio. Please, should you, or in case you've been calling 070-322-77338, 070-322-77338, or 090-9555-1039, 090-9555-1039, and the lines have been cutting. Please, you can send SMS, WhatsApp messages, and you can still keep trying. We never know what's causing the erratism. Abisoye, please keep on making your point. Okay. I have this for you on Twitter. Is it? This is Twitter. Yeah. My question is: does he feel threatening, or has he received some death threat over his outburst on sensitive issues that he spoke about concerning some power brokers, the untouchables in Lagos, and how far is the vacant chieftaincy in Ekpeland in Ekpetedo? That's Ekpeland is what I just have to read. Then another one, it says he was in Lagos live. I saw the video where he was talking about some roads constructed. Those saying he can't come to Lagos ignorance and naive, just as he puts it. So you want to respond to finish the point you're making and respond to the two messages.
Yes. Thank you. So the reason why I defended the video was to defend Bola Tinubu against the blasphemy from Pa Ayo Adebanjo. That what
blasphemy? What makes it what makes it blasphemous?
Because he was the one that presented Bola Tinubu, and he is still saying it. He alluded to it that he made Bola Tinubu governor of Lagos. So now let's ask him, or if anyone can ask him, that what is it good about Bola Tinubu then that he does not see now that is
but you know how the relationship between Bola Tinubu ultimately, you know what eventually happened between Bola Tinubu and the.
Can I tell you that?
And their family leaders.
Never seen from visiting Bola Tinubu, regardless of the rift between them.
Okay, let's put that aside. What instructed your own 360-degree somersault ideologically? Somebody that you had never believed in, that you had publicly lambasted.
Because he is the only Yoruba aspirant, now a candidate, that surfaced from Lagos. And that is still my stand. I am for Lagos. So whatever thing that comes from Lagos, even if it's garbage, I, Abisoye, will be behind that garbage.
So ideologically, you are happy that your position is consistent because you just believe that we could fight to the death, behind the family's door, but in so much as a member of the family goes out, that is what instructs and explains your.
Why I said Omoyo Kishe Ikebere Kapileke Sidi Omoyo, he is a Yoruba, I am a Yoruba, and he claimed to have come from Lagos.
He claims to have come from Lagos. Okay.
See, that is still my stand. Bola Tinubu is not a Lagosian. He is from a language. And since I, Abisoye, have been saying it and recognizing it, nobody has ever from Lagos to even attempt for presidency, not even the governorship in Lagos.
Okay, Abisoye, in view of the point you trying to make now, and as difficult as it is to stand it to logic and consistency, don't you think that you may have given some credence to some out there who says that he came to Lagos to be settled? What it big bedroom fun, what it big nkan fun, that you've been given some big dough when you came to Lagos, and they came into a form of rapprochement with you, and suddenly when you went back to England, because Tenuba Georgiati, so you must have been paid off. Now you are rooting for someone or a character that you used to portray as the personification of villainy itself. How would you respond to that? I have another question. I have another question for you on WhatsApp.
Okay. Forget. Remember, we have 2 questions pending.
Okay then.
You see, people have said it to my face, and I am not surprised, because before I even came out, I have weighed everything, both the critics and the reaction I'm going to get from people, because I am the pioneer of what I am doing. I am not affiliated with anybody, not even any WhatsApp group. I am a lone fighter, a one-man moko. So if people are thinking that way, it is normal of people of myopic mind. And it is because of the vast poverty in the land. That is why some would think that anybody can be bought. I don't have a price. Reason is, I have lived in England for more than 22 years. I am a self-made man. I have my business. I have everything going on for me. That is why you could see me sit comfortably in front of the camera and say the things that I know, because I am not being paid.
Okay.
And nobody can pay me. So wait, hold on. What took me to Lagos was my NIN number.
But they do NIN in England now, across the United Kingdom.
In the account, hold on, when when you do it in England, it will be sent to Nigeria for processing. So it takes longer. And when I got to Lagos, I got it done one day, 24 hours it was active, I was able to access my account. Because I have a Burundi change.
Okay.
It's not known to people.
I have a number of messages for you. Let me read them. You'll be right.
Hold on. Let me the other question. The one from Twitter. Can I answer that?
Go ahead.
Okay. I think that person was to say a better no, not a fair line.
I know, but I just have to read it the way it was written.
Yes. I'm from Epetedo. Epetedo is the little community under Lagos Island local government, which we have not had any chief heads in the last 19 years after the demise of the past chief, which was Abisoye Oshodi, the one after my own dad. So now, Epetedo is going to be 160 years, and they having a festival from the 10th to the 18th, which I personally think it is not normal for us not to have a chief head and we want to celebrate.
Okay.
So I have made a video to even talk about my own family. Can anybody say that I've been paid for that? No. But I am for good governance.
At any level, Abi?
Yes.
Except when it gets to the national level, that's when you don't really care about good governance anymore. It has to be somebody who is related to me.
No. Let us
you just said so. I'm not saying that Tinubu is not a good.
Hold on. Good governance. We have 3 candidates now. The Obi from East, Atiku from North, Bola Tinubu from the West. And I am saying it live that I will only vote for a Yoruba. That has nothing to do with good governance.
So you just validated the point I was trying to make, that sometimes you wobble on that ideological predisposition that you claim to have, and you play the inconsistency card, and sometimes it's not so much about the good governance that you claim. I was thinking at all levels, because at your filial level, you have held on to the importance of good governance. At the level of Lagos State, you claim good governance. But suddenly now, when it's coming to the issue of Nigeria, good governance does no longer matter to you as a parameter.
I cannot generalize or choose for the entire 200 million Nigerians. Remember.
Okay, let me read some questions to you.
Regionally, we have gotten 3 candidates, which I always say to people that it leaves us with variety of choice.
Okay.
It's not about the character anymore.
You have the question, because people are frustrated not being able to call in. Because ordinarily I've never had this challenge before. Suddenly on your own occasion, people can call in. You have bribed the telcos and the lines are cutting. But the ones we have for you, you are even using the strategy. Yeah, we have a caller. Hello, caller. Hello. Your name, please, and where you're calling from?
I'm calling from the island. My name is Olota. Regular.
Olota. Abisoye Oshodi is all yours.
Your guest. I was thinking, is it the same person or not same person? When I saw the picture, I didn't even know he stays abroad, because the audacity for most of the video, actually the information we get from them have been very, very insightful over time. And I was wondering, but this turnaround you said caught my surprise too, which you have asked literally or virtually almost all what was about, but it was like shocking to me, because at this we've heard story about how somebody made somebody a king, how somebody's name was changed, how somebody helped somebody to do this, so that they can change one document. Okay. I mean, too many.
He said it earlier on that there are some moles in some strategic departments in Lagos who actually send him information. He claims to double verify them. The authenticity, I cannot tell.
Well, so are these people the same set of people that we want to stand behind and say, because
thank you,
the Yoruba people we work with what is it called? We don't do parapol like that.
Thank you, Olota. The questions are beginning to come in loud and clear now. Before I take that call, fine. You seem to stand with Tinubu right now, despite all the brouhaha around that. I would like to know what your take is on the alleged hold in Lagos. Another one says, "Good evening, sir. What I know is that anything based on politics won't produce any truth. Everybody knows his or her ancestry background, but politics turns everything upside down." Okay, you want to respond to all the questions, the inquiries, and opinions set out there. Okay, and we have just about 5 minutes to round up, so please be very articulate and be fast about how you respond to all the inquiries and questions pending.
The first or the last one first?
Whichever way you want to go about it.
My point is that I am not supporting Bola Ahmed Tinubu in terms of presidency. I am defending him from what Pa Ayo Adebanjo has said and what Pa Ayo said about the Yoruba, that they should go and vote for Peter Obi, that it is the turn of the Southeast. And Pa Ayo Adebanjo seems not to know what Afenifere stands for, or maybe they are forgotten what the founding fathers that they claim to have taken after on Afenifere stands for. Because Afenifere that I know is a pro-Yoruba. And it is not in the place of Pa Ayo Adebanjo to instruct 2 million Nigerians to whom they will vote for. Let people vote for their conscience. It is a fight against Bola Tinubu. They are not after the good governance in Nigeria. And so that is my stand on that.
But the elderly statesman said emphatically that for them it was more a call for equity, fairness, and that if we want the Nigerian project.
In denial. Let me tell you, sir, when Obasanjo was to go for his third time, why didn't the Afenifere group come out to say it is the turn of the East? When Buhari came in 2015, after Jonathan left, did you hear anything about equity? No.
I can promise you that I will do everything possible to get Pa Ayo Adebanjo to say his own side. Please. Where
was the Afenifere in 1999 when Obasanjo came? They all went to get money, to collect money from Abacha. Obasanjo settled them as well. And after Obasanjo is a Yoruba man. Did they come out?
You are making some very grievous allegations.
No, I am saying it because my video is out there and I have mentioned names. So why didn't Afenifere solicited for the East in after Obasanjo first time, second time? When Jonathan left, did they say anything about the turn of the East? No, they didn't.
But they supported Jonathan.
Oh, they supported Jonathan, but remember, the aspirant then of the candidates was Atiku and Obi and his running mate from PDP.
Okay, in rounding up, you want to answer the question that says fine. You seem to stand with Tinubu right now, despite all the brouhaha around. I would like to know what your take is on his alleged hold on Lagos. After all, you've lambasted him several times about his hold on the jugular of Lagos. I have a call. We're really sorry many of the calls are cutting, but this one came in also. A caller, your name, where you okay, it's cut too. Today is, so you want to respond to the fact that
the alleged roles or O's.
The old, as in HOLD, as in old, yes. As in strangulating the way you have always the way you have always used it in some of your vituperative video productions.
It is obvious that Bola Tinubu is our landlord in Lagos. We cannot do anything about that. And I alone cannot fight. I have done my bit. I have tried my best. And the people of Lagos are not even getting up to back me up or to support me. But it's visible to the whole world that Bola Tinubu has gotten grip of our neck in Lagos. So the only way that I personally think we can get out of that is by allowing him to go national and let us breathe in Lagos.
You believe that if he goes national, there'll be the asphyxiation will be a bit lightened, that be?
Of course, if a crocodile is well fed, it will not be hungry.
Okay.
For days.
Okay, we need to wrap it up at this juncture. To be honest with you, I wouldn't know what voodoo you have used against the console's telephone lines, but you know what? It's been engaging, it's been interesting, and we really look forward to maybe another opportunity. It is just going to be fair and balanced for us to make sure that some of the individuals or personalities that you have lambasted, we will reach out to for them to also say one or two things about some of the remarks you've made. Thank you, Abisoye.
Thank you very much. I hope and believe we're going to have much other time. And I'll definitely let you know if that time is going to come up anytime soon. And please do let me know at your own time, sir.
We hope so.
I'll be very, very much available.
We hope so. Thank you very much. This is where we are going to wrap it up for today. Paul Alex Umoso has produced today's episode. Yours truly, Gbola Oba, has engaged the guest on your behalf. We just don't know what happened to the telephone lines, but we want to say thank you for all those who attempted to call in, those who were successful, and all those who sent in social media questions, inquiries, and opinions. Thank you. This is where we leave it for today.